Global currency shift unfolding. Are you ready for the IQD and VND revaluation? For years, whispers have echoed through financial circles about the potential revaluation of certain undervalued currencies. The Iraqi dinar, IQD, and Vietnamese dong, VND, in particular, have drawn attention from investors, currency watchers, and global economists. What was once a quiet movement supported by speculation and hope is now evolving into something far more tangible. And the signs are everywhere. If you've held on to your dinar or dong, patiently waiting while staying out of the spotlight, your moment may have arrived. We're witnessing a transformation in the global financial landscape, and two of the most closely watched currencies are at the heart of it. Systems that have long been dormant are now active. Banking infrastructure, foreign exchange monitoring tools, and back-end financial networks are lighting up with activity that points to imminent change. Until recently, discussions around the revaluation of IQD and VND were considered fringe. Yet now, those same conversations are being mirrored in high-level banking environments. Private banking sources are confirming that test systems within financial institutions are populating with non-zero rates for these currencies, something that hasn't happened in years. Once locked systems are now displaying figures that suggest a significant valuation shift may be underway. Why is this important? Because these internal signals usually precede a public change. These test environments, used by banks, governments, and central financial authorities, are how the industry prepares for major moves. Before anything goes public, it's simulated and stress-tested behind closed doors. And for the first time in a long while, those simulations are beginning to show real values for IQD and VND. Insiders refer to this as the activation phase, a moment when financial systems, algorithms, and currency rate tables begin operating as if a revaluation has already occurred. This is far more than rumor. It's a technical signal of readiness. Those in financial circles are watching closely, and currency holders should be doing the same. So what's fueling this momentum? First, both Iraq and Vietnam have made major strides in recent years. Iraq has boosted oil exports, improved domestic stability, and passed important financial reforms. Meanwhile, Vietnam has emerged as a critical player in global manufacturing and technology, making it one of Asia's fastest-growing economies. These changes aren't just on paper. They're reshaping how the world views these two nations economically. A country's currency is often a reflection of its economic health. And with Iraq and Vietnam both modernizing their banking systems, cracking down on corruption, building foreign reserves, and aligning with international financial standards, their currencies are arguably long overdue for revaluation. More recently, banks in the U.S. and other parts of the world, particularly Tier 1 and Tier 2 institutions, have begun updating their internal foreign exchange systems. These updates reportedly include projected values for the IQD and VND that are substantially higher than current public exchange rates. While these values are not available to the general public yet, their presence within these internal systems is one of the clearest indicators that something significant is on the horizon. We are hearing from credible sources that some private platforms are displaying the Iraqi dinar at rates as high as $60 per unit, while the Vietnamese dong is showing internal test rates near $5. If these numbers were to translate to the public exchange market, the returns for currency holders could be dramatic. However, caution is critical. These are internal test figures and not confirmed final rates. But even the emergence of these numbers within secure financial systems signals a shift in momentum. Banks do not simulate these transitions without serious intent. It's like watching the dress rehearsal before a major global event. The systems are being tested for efficiency, stability, and readiness. Of course, any transition of this magnitude also brings risk. Scammers and opportunists are often quick to appear when big financial moves are expected. That's why it's crucial for currency holders to approach the coming days and weeks with clarity, patience, and professionalism. Start by verifying that your currency is authentic. Gather all documentation, such as receipts, identification, and tax-related records. Reach out to qualified professionals, financial advisors, tax consultants, and reputable exchange specialists who can guide you through the process safely. It's equally important not to act on impulse. While the early stages of this revaluation may favor those who are prepared, there is no indication that currency holders will lose their opportunity if they don't act immediately. Both Iraq and Vietnam have committed to ensuring that physical currency will remain legal tender during the transition to any future digital currency models, including central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Yes, you read that correctly. Both nations have been developing digital financial infrastructures, including blockchain applications, e-wallet platforms, and discussions around CBDCs. A stronger, revalued currency provides the stability and credibility necessary for a successful digital launch. In that sense, the current shifts in physical currency value may be paving the way for future digital integration. Another reason these movements are more than just financial speculation. They're part of a broader modernization of national monetary systems. So, what does this mean for you? If you're holding IQD or VND, the actions you take now are critical. Begin formulating your exchange strategy. Find out where you can legally and safely exchange your currency. Large U.S. banks like Wells Fargo, Chase, and Bank of America may play a role, but participation can vary by location. Other private financial institutions or redemption centers may also assist with exchanges. When the rates do go public, official announcements will likely follow. Until then, avoid unverified sources, pressure sales tactics, or any offers that sound too good to be true. Your patience has brought you this far. Don't let a rushed decision jeopardize what could be a life-changing opportunity. This is more than a financial event, it's a global economic shift. The rise of the Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong represents more than profit. It reflects national progress, economic revival, and global rebalancing. These nations are stepping confidently onto the world stage, and their currencies are finally beginning to reflect that strength. We are on the edge of a rare moment in history, one where preparation meets opportunity. As the systems grow louder and more transparent, the path ahead is becoming clearer. Stay informed, act wisely, and most importantly, be ready.